I read the book The End of Marketing by Calos, and I'm going to be telling you 8 key lessons I learned from the book. The book offers insights into modern marketing strategies, especially in the social media market. And I'm going to go straight into it. My name is Erelo Adiola, by the way. Number one lesson is humanizing your brand. He mentioned that social media hinges on being more human, being more sociable, being more relatable. That this is what works now on social media. It's like in the olden days, you could just do whatever. You could start a brand with just a logo, just as the case of Nike and other brands in the beginning or in the early stage. They started their brand with just a logo and some other things, and they were good to go. He mentioned that social media as of today, you have to humanize your brand. You have to make it more human, more relatable. People should know that there's an human behind the brand, because that is what drives conversion. That is what drives sales, according to him. He said you should not be explicit about your sales. This is still about humanizing your brand. Don't be explicit about your sales. Don't be more salesy. Be less salesy, more relatable, more engaging. Then he mentioned that you should shift from traditional marketing such as like ads and the like. He said switch from it. That has ended, which is obviously the title is what depicts the title. Traditional marketing is done for, according to him. He said shift from it, go to engaging with social media, like engaging with your audience and all that. He mentioned that when was the last time, think about it, when was the last time you saw an ad and you watched the ad? That at the back of your mind, you're trying to skip, like, doesn't even matter what ad it is. Once you see that sponsored logo, once you see that it's sponsored, like, you're not watching it. That's for you yourself. And think about it. Everyone is like you. Everyone's doing almost the same thing as you, if not the same thing as you. But he mentioned that traditional marketing is very much dead. The focus should be on fostering genuine interactions and engagements with your audience. Genuine interactions, get to know them, come in get into their DMs, build that relationship, build that community, is what he said on that part. Then the third lesson is engagement over broadcasting. And brands should aim for engagement as opposed to broadcasting. That gone are the days where you could just post a video and that's it. He said now you have to engage. Now it's not just about posting content now, it's talking with your audience, talking through their problems with them, talking through the brand, everything. Like, just talk to them, speak to them, build that community, because that's the only thing and that's the only reason why people would buy. He said people buy from humans buy from humans, and that makes sense, a lot of sense, to be fair. He also gave an example of the movie Castaway, whereby the main character was talking to a volleyball. I've watched the movie. It's literally a guy who got trapped on an island. He was working for FedEx at the moment, and he got trapped on an island where it was only himself, and he had to survive and stay alive. He was on that island for 4 years, and one of the things that helped him survive was he was talking to this ball like as if it was a friend, but it was a one-sided communication, because obviously the ball is deaf and dumb. The ball cannot hear. The ball is an inanimate object, but that was what he was talking to. And of course, he mentioned that one-sided communication always feel isolated and sometimes embarrassing. I think about it. You went out of your way to comment on someone's post. You went out of your way. You saw something very interesting, very insightful. You went out of your way to comment and say something like, "Oh, I enjoyed this video." Now, 1 hour afterwards, you go back to check, and no one has liked it. The person who put the post out himself hasn't liked it. You went back 2 hours to check, nothing. You went back 10 hours to check, nothing. The next day, nothing. Not even the owner or the post has commented or liked on your post that, "Oh, thank you for liking this thing," or "well done," or something. Just communicating, because you went out of your way to show that, "Oh my days, I really enjoyed this." Now, when it's not being reciprocated, the next time the person posts, will you comment? Exactly. So it's like, always reply to your comments. Find where you're mentioned, where your brand has been mentioned. Find out where and reply those comments. Even if it's not even a comment, even if it's not an at mention, use hashtag your brand. Find out where conversations are taking place about you and about your competition, and go and engage with them. Said brands are leaving market share on the table massively, because a lot of people want to be seen and heard, and you are not doing this, and that's the only way moving forward you're going to drive sales. Then he also mentioned about importance of personality. He said a brand personality is crucial for his online presence. behind a brand now, moving forward, it's not enough to just have a logo and a business anymore. Like, you have to have a person behind the business that someone can trust, that you can look at. And I'll use a very practical example. Look at myself now. I run a fitness application in which caters for adults and teenagers, male adults and teenagers of all ages, giving them a foot in the door with fitness. Now, I am me, and I'm the face behind this brand, if that makes sense. You can see me, you can relate to me, you can see I've got beard, you can see I've got a drawer going, like, it's relatable. And that is what it's trying to say, that personality is very important and crucial for an online presence. He also mentioned that in terms of personality, be witty with comments. Just be an human is all he's hammering on. Be human with your marketing. Be human. Like, don't let it sound like marketing. Be very human with it. He mentioned witty comments, and he gave an example of I think Tesco Mobile. It's a mobile telecom company, so to say. He said he rang his mom up. This person rang his mom up, but his mom did not pick. So he went to social media and tweeted that, oh my days, the one way that I'm being reminded now that my mom still lives a life of abject poverty, or the most serious thing, is that is hearing the voice note or the automated voice message of this mobile telecom device and mobile telecom service. And this telecom service went in there to reply in the comments that no, that is not the worst thing that you've seen. The worst thing is your mom deliberately deciding to ignore your messages, which is deep, you know. But then that shows like relatability, because sometimes you're annoyed at someone, like you want to look someone dead in the eyes and say fuck you. Like, sometimes you want to do that, and that is what he's trying to say, that be more human, be witty in comments, be in DMs, be everywhere your audience are. Then the number 5 lesson I learned from this book is focusing on engagement and community, not vanity metrics. He said your metrics shouldn't be likes and follows. He said those are vanity metrics, because that does not drive revenue, that does not drive sales for your brand, for your business. He said the metrics you should be focused on are engagement metrics. Comment. Are people commenting? Are you commenting? You know, inside you should be engaging with them on a normal day. You should be in their DMs. If someone follow you, it's something as simple as thank you for following. How do you do, or how are you? Goes a massive long way. Replying someone in the DMs, except most brands takes ages to reply. Like, even he mentioned that Kim Kardashian still builds a community, and this is Kim Kardashian that is super famous. She still involves her audience. And that's someone that is super famous. How much more you, in which your brand is still surviving, and you're not replying comments, you're ignoring, you just go, you post, and you leave. When the ballers in the game have showed us the blueprint, and they keep showing us because they do it every day. So focus on engagement. Do not chase vanity metrics like likes and follows. Those don't matter. Focus on the comments, focus on the DMs, focus on building a community of people who genuinely care about your brand and you genuinely care for them. You also mentioned that if you are following someone and the person is not following you back, because you mentioned some growth hacks. They say if you are following someone and the person is not following you back, that's giving your attention to the person. But if you like the person, yes. But as marketers, you know that attention is the number one asset in the whole world. Like, attention and time, those are money. You know that. So if you're giving attention to someone else, you're watching someone else, and the person is not watching you, then where's the mutual benefit there? He just mentioned that as a side note of his. So I'm telling you, because myself, I think the same. Then he mentioned leveraging social media personalities. He said collaborate with relatable and effective storytellers on social media, and this can boost your reach, it can boost your appeal. He said it's why big brands such as Nike has partnered and made LeBron James an ambassador. Is why these big brands look for relatable and real personalities to brand with